You know, it's almost as if Severman knows what he's talking about. It's almost like young Severman, the youngest of the Severman, the greatest there has ever been, is aware of how basketball works or something. Huh. Now, isn't that the development? Well, since I was right about this game, you know what else I'm right about? Going on to check out what's going on with Nets Republic. Are you subscribed? Are you following? And if you done did all that, why don't you go to dopejerseys.com and go get you a Nets Republic shirt or some other various thing of the things. Because the Severman was right about Blake Griffin. I guarantee you I'm right that you would look nice with one of these numbers or one of those numbers on your chesticles or your wallicles. I've been canceled 3 times already. I'm not afraid of you. Listen. I tried to tell y'all about the second coming of Blake Griffin. Y'all didn't listen to me. Y'all keep pushing me down the staircase, but I won't allow it. I'm hanging on to the edge of the banister like this, not allowing you to successfully shove me down the staircase. I won't let it happen. I won't let it happen. Now, what did we talk about last game? We said, when in doubt, give LaMarcus Aldridge the ball and get out the way. Give him that joint in the post, let him go to work and do his thingy thing, and the situation will absolutely handle itself, especially if Kyrie is struggling and Harden is still doing his Chris Paul thing. But I said, they've learned from this game that there are other offensive weapons other than just do the ISO big 3 thing and call it a day. Well, again, it's cute that we have graduated from ISO KD, which they kind of had to because he's not there. But there are other options outside of just Kyrie dribbles the ball a million times and throws up a shot or something, or Harden is foul chasing or something like that. There are other options to get other people involved to help us create distance, because Operation Outscore the Opponent is only going to work if all of our weapons are working simultaneously. I say this all the time with the Gundam example. If we are a large Gundam or like Voltron or something like that, right? The legs gotta be working, the arms gotta be working. If we got a little beam rifle, that joint's gotta be working. All the Gatling guns on the shoulders, all that stuff has to be working properly. And if you've got a Gundam with a cool shield and it can fly and all this stuff, but all you're doing is hack and slash, like, come on now, use the artillery. Use the full artillery to its capabilities, and I guarantee you we're not winning games by 3 every night. And we learned that from the last game. Give LaMarcus Aldridge the ball in the post. See what happens when you let him ISO a teensy bit. Because again, we're not drawing plays, so let somebody else ISO a teensy bit. Someone who is a legitimate star, and watch what happens. Where am I going with this? Tonight, they finally decided to move on from just pretending like Blake Griffin is standing Joe Harris. They finally decided to do something other than give Blake Griffin the ball in the corner and be shocked if he missed the shot. We finally tried something different. Blake was driving to the rim. I don't think he had a successful dunk tonight, but he was driving to the rim, getting those weird layups where he's not using backboard or really any rim. He's like trying to perfectly place the ball in the cylinder. I don't understand why he just doesn't use the backboard, but that's not, like, he's tall enough, he can jump high enough, why not just use the backboard? But that's not even there. Blake was driving the ball, doing the Blakety Blake stuff that we always advertise with the rebounds and the charge. This man took a charge so hard he lost his shoe. And y'all gonna sit there and act like I'm just on some, oh, but you're just standing Blake Griffin, but Blake Griffin never did do anything. Oh, it's a joke, it's a meme. This is no joke. This is no meme. This is the real deal. This is Blakety Blake Griffin we're talking about here. And look what happens when you give that man the ball where he can actually do something. There was a play where Patty Mills gets the ball. There's a closeout coming towards him. Patty swings the ball over to Blake at the top of the key. Instead of random pump fake, pull up, flat jump shot where he holds square too long, this man took the ball, it went into the paint and gets the and one. That is the Blake we need to see more of. And it was like he saw what LaMarcus Aldridge did last game and said, hey, I didn't know we could be ourselves. That's what it really felt like. You saw in the post-game interview, LaMarcus Aldridge said, I finally decided to just call for the ball. They're aware. They know who they are. These are bona fide stars. Again, this is not TLC. This isn't shamming. It's not some cute little role players. We have stars on our team. That's why they said we broke the league. And Blake Griffin finally just looked at LaMarcus Aldridge and said, I see what you're doing. Let me try that too. And finally just said, I'm going to just go back to my game and bully my way to the paint. And we finally got to see it. And Blake Griffin's impact was incredible in the few minutes he was out there. Just everything you would want from Blake Griffin minutes in the year 2022. And I will absolutely take it. I was so happy to see it. God in heaven, it's just so nice to see our weapons actually being used for a change. Because, I mean, it's just been boiling my blood watching just Blake be stand-in Joe Harris. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, him and Patty Mills play almost the same way, and I don't understand. Go back to the stuff you do. But maybe that's a part of the chemistry and stuff, and everyone's just so used to playing with each other now that now folks aren't scared to step on each other's toes, if you will, and everyone's going back to how it is that they normally play, and I loved every second of it. Now, obviously, it's the same type of thing you have with a LaMarcus Aldridge. It's the same thing that you had with Blake Griffin, and when you have two other when you have two other scoring options, it takes the pressure and it takes the load off of James Harden and Kyrie Irving and eventually Kevin Durant. Because when you only have one of them or you have both of them or all three or some type of combination out there, when there are two other people who are stars, not just dudes that can get hot every now and again. Wop, wop, wop. I don't know if anyone got that Hot Boys reference, but that's not even there. But not just other dudes that can get hot, but bona fide stars that are getting in their bag at will. LaMarcus Aldridge is at the point where he is scoring at will. That man is scoring at will down low, and it is embarrassing for the defense. Spurs didn't have a chance. I don't know if I said it, but we won the game. Didn't have a chance. And now you got Blake Griffin getting in on the act too. Now you can't just double up on a Harden. You can't just double up on a Kyrie and say, well, let's hope that they both kick it out over to someone in the corner who's going to brick the shot. No, you can't do that because everyone's hitting their shots. Even Kessler Edwards is like, he had this like weird catch where he like stopped, like had a hop step, jab stepped, and then pulled up Carmelo style in the mid-range. I was like, yo, everyone is getting in their bag. And when that happens, the defense doesn't know what to do. And again, if it's Kessler Edwards having a hot game, or if it's DeAndre Bembry catching fire randomly, that's cute. But when it's Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge, especially against the Spurs, if LaMarcus Aldridge is going off, I guarantee you Popovich is focused on, okay, let's remember how we stop him. What are his weaknesses? Somebody get the kryptonite type beat. Like, you feel me? You forget all about Kyrie Irving. And when he gets in his bag again and he starts spraying, you've been worried about LaMarcus Aldridge, and you got James Harden coming back off the bench to join Kyrie Irving to set you ablaze. It's simple math. And again, if at some point Steve Nash wants to try the idea of having LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin on the floor together with Kyrie and Harden. Ha 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 ha, can you all imagine the possibilities? But that's neither here nor there. I am not a can of Campbell's. I'm not going to share with you all the possibilities. All I'm saying is that since we are experimenting and trying things, if we were to ever do that, and all of them are going off like how they're doing tonight, can you imagine the carnage? But that's enough of how well Blake Griffin played. That's enough of how well LaMarcus Aldridge played. Let's talk about Kyrie. Kyrie started the game on absolute fire. I think him by himself went on like a 7-0 run to start the game. Then he couldn't hit a shot to save his life. But then again, all that stuff happened with Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge, where the defense was focused on those two. So when the superstars came back in, it was a wrap. Kyrie was wide open for a lot of these shots. Spraying it in the mid-range, getting any layup he wants. And if it's just one dude guarding him, I don't care if it's like a 9-foot Goliath from the Old Testament. You are not going to be able to stop Kyrie one-on-one. It's just not possible. Kyrie's getting any layup he wants, and even on the ones he misses, Blake or LaMarcus is right there to clean it up. I mean, it was just... It was such a heavenly performance. Day'Ron Sharpe got benched. This man started, and Day'Ron got benched. Now, he was in foul trouble too, but I don't even remember seeing him in the second half until bum time, until garbage time at the end of the game with a couple seconds left. That's how amazing Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge were playing, but that's not even there. Kyrie was just going off. When he's hitting the, like, run up the full court, pull up, like, Damian Lillard 3, that you just, like, grab the side of your head, like, what is he doing? And it goes in all net, you are in for a long night. Kyrie was going off. But without a doubt, the star of the show, all bias aside, all K-pop analogies aside, can we talk about James Harden for a second? I was prepared to get on camera and say for the 18th video in a row, you tell me the last time James Harden took a 3 and you thought it was going in. I was prepared to say that yet again. That narrative just went so far down the toilet, at least for this game. I can't even go there with the joke. This man almost had a 40-point triple-double. And while whatever Murray was doing on San Antonio's side was cute and all, Harden was unguardable. And I'm starting to understand how it is that this man was rattling off 60-point games. Because when you look at the Harden we have this season, compared to the Harden of, honestly, last season, I'm starting to put the pieces together of how it was he was randomly dropping 60-point games Iverson style. If the refs were to call 20%, not even like 25, not even a quarter's worth. If they were to call 20% of the blatant times Harden is hacked on the way to the basket or on a three-point attempt, Harden would be averaging at least 14 free throws a game. So you add on 14 to the basically 40 points he had. No, but you add a little bit more. You add a little bit more because he was fouled from 3 a couple times. So let's just say that's 20. Let's say he gets 20 points from the foul line, right? You add that 20 onto the basically 40 he has. Bada boom, you're right there at 60. Like if he's getting the foul calls, I can understand how he was dropping 50 and 60 on people's heads. Because the way he was scoring tonight, it felt like he had 100 at the end of the third quarter. I mean, obviously, him getting to the rim is a automatic. We know it's a dub. But when the step back three's going in, oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, Harden set the building on fire. And I will give credit to the fact that, again, a lot of the pressure and a lot of the attention wasn't just focused on him and Kyrie. You had to worry about LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. And it's not like they're role players, they're stars. When you're so worried about, oh my God, LaMarcus has the ball in the post, Harden's either got one or nobody on him. And he ain't missing an open, well, he is missing an open shot, but he will figure out what to do if he has no coverage. And Kyrie ain't missing an open shot. I can tell you that right now. That man is shooting 100% from the foul line this year. That man ain't missing no open shot. It was such a great, complete win, and the type of wins that I actually want to see. The a dub is a dub stuff is cool and a funny meme and a joke to get us through the season, but sometimes I'd really want to see them go out there and play how we know they're supposed to play. And when it's just the big three scores 1,000,000 points and everyone else contributes with a couple steals and a few rebounds, it's like that's cute, but we know they can do more. If Blake is going to be your guaranteed 10 points, 6 or 7 rebounds, here for it. If LaMarcus Aldridge is your guaranteed 15 points off the bench, here for it. If Kyrie is going to continue to flirt in between the 25 and 30 range, perfect. If Harden in his sleep, and Lord have mercy, if he gets a foul call, is going to give us about 30 a night, I'll take it. Now add Kevin Durant. That's the team that I signed up for. That's the team that I was promised coming into the season. That's the team Chicago saw. Let me know your thoughts on this game down below. Obviously, it's the Spurs, so that. But I enjoyed this game heavily, even with no Kevin Durant, because it's one of those moments that I haven't had for a very long time where I'm looking at a game and I'm saying, but imagine when we're healthy. I don't think I've said that for a long time. And I'll tell you something else I didn't even factor in. What about Joe Harris when you add him into the mix?